Hello everyone, this is my reaction video to last Thursday's CIG video inside Star Citizen Fuel Injection Winter 2022.
In our first iteration of refueling right now, we sadly don't have the quantum beacon set up yet. So if you run out of fuel, you ask for someone in chat who owns a Starfarer to come by and refuel you.
Pause. Well, I don't want to be too negative, I really try not to, but refueling was supposed to come in 3.1 summer 2017 and now it's 5 years delayed and CIG still doesn't even have a beacon for this. How are you gonna find the guy you want to refuel? I guess you can use party, invite him to a party, or you can use another beacon, but please CIG, give us a refueling beacon.
Once you have purchased the fuel and you want to adjust the price that the others have to pay for the fuel that you have in your Starfarer now.
Pause. I don't think you can make a lot of money with this right now. If your price is too steep, people will just buy what they need to get to the next station. But this might change when we have Pyro, maybe this year. I hope so.
At this point, the refueler player has to fly all the way to where the person is stranded, in the middle of nowhere.
Pause. In the middle of nowhere without a beacon. So you either have to party up or you have to use a different beacon. Come on, give us a refueling beacon.
And the docking operation can begin.
Docking complete. Engines offline.
Pause. CIG is reusing the docking interface introduced in 3.13, which isn't a terrible idea, but there's one problem. The ship that needs fuel needs to do the docking, and if you're totally out of fuel, you cannot. Right now, CIG is giving us a temporary solution. We are getting some kind of reserve fuel, but this needs some adjustments. I mean, Starfarer could just back up and could use the refueling boom to do the docking, so ship doesn't have to move, or you could make it so that ships always can move very, very slowly, even when they are out of fuel. In real life air-to-air refueling, one tanker can quite often refuel more than one airplane at once, which is much more complicated because those airplanes are not standing still, they are flying in air and there are turbulences. I don't know if this is planned in Star Citizen or if you can only refuel one ship at a time.
Once they have docked with you, they use the same MobiClass interface to make a request for fuel.
Pause. Yeah, the good old MobiClass with lights shining through with glare, which is very hard to read. I really hope that we are getting rid of this one day.
If somebody has asked for 500 units of quantum, and you open the nozzle at full throttle and send 2,000 their way, well, then most of that fuel is just gonna spill into space and you're gonna lose it.
Pause. Yeah, of course, we need fuel spilling into space, which doesn't look like space. Fuel behaves very differently in space and it's green. This is exactly the kind of fluff Chris loves so much. So if someone is requesting 500 fuel and I give him 2,000 by accident and he has room for 2,000, then he should just receive 2,000 fuel. Come on, Chris. Does everything in this game have to be gamey and flashy and green fuel?
Right now we are still iterating a lot over the UI parts. What we don't want to do is throw all the data directly in your face. It should all be readable and accessible for all the players.
Pause. This actually looks quite usable. I'm looking forward to this.
There needs to be that scarcity of resources, and if you want to get a major endeavor going, you have to think of all the logistics of it, and fuel is one big part of that.
Pause. Well, this sounds like in Pyro you really need a refueling ship, which I am looking very forward to. Let's hope that we are getting Pyro this year. And here are my closing thoughts. Why is almost every first iteration in Star Citizen so bad. Even Nubifier made a tweet about this. No one expects a first iteration to be perfect. But come on, Chris. I don't want to be too negative, but for something that was delayed 5 years, this looks kinda amateurish. Quite frankly, it looks like Chris was pointing to 3 guys. Come on, give me refueling, and they did this in like 1 or 2 days. Still, I'm looking very forward to refueling. This can be very interesting if we have a star system where you actually need a tanker, and there will be a lot of tests with this. I hope you found this interesting and informative, and see you next time. Bye. Auf Wiedersehen. Hey, you're still here. You might want to join me on Twitter. My Twitter account is Camural_SC.